welcome to Utterly ASMR. I am Joe, and I hope that you have had the most amazing day today. If not, that's okay. It's what I'm here for, to make your day just a little better. And I hope that by clicking this video and spending some time with me tonight, I'll help you have sweet dreams tonight. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Done. I thought that for tonight's video, what we would do is talk about ASMR, what it is to me. You can leave me comments down below to tell me what it means to you, what the internet says about it. We can read about some opinions on the internet. We can also maybe try some Google autofills, see what fun things we can come up with, and I'll read them to you. Does that sound like fun? So, I get asked a lot when I tell people that I do ASMR, what is ASMR? And at first it was quite a difficult thing to describe. I felt a little awkward saying that I did ASMR. Some people that do know about it, they enjoy the idea of it. Some people are not crazy about ASMR. That's okay. We're all allowed to like different things. Some people don't know what it is at all. And I had quite a lot of challenges explaining to them what it was when I first started out, without it sounding that I was doing something salacious on the internet. So I know that obviously ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and that is like the definition of it is pretty self-explanatory, but people don't understand, especially if they're not inclined to getting tingles. They might not understand what it means, or if they've never experienced it before. And the best description that somebody is, or that I've heard, and the easiest way that it is to describe to somebody that doesn't really understand it, is when you go to the hairdresser and they are cutting your hair, giving you a massage over the bowl, getting your head massaged, running the water through your hair, that calming, relaxing feeling that you feel. Especially if people are not inclined to getting tingles, they might not understand, but they will understand the sensation and relaxation associated with that feeling. That's probably the purest description of it, or the easiest description. If you have better ways of describing it, please feel free to let me know. I'm always open to those kinds of things. But in essence, I thought I would just tell you about the definition. We can start off with easy things first. And then I thought it would be fun if we could read some things on the internet about what ASMR is. So if you pull up Google, and I hope you don't think I'm being rude, side note, I'm going to be looking at my phone. So if you pull up Google and you just type in ASMR, it's obviously the definition. So autonomous sensory meridian response, sometimes autosensory meridian response, is a tingling sensation that typically begins on the top of the scalp, moves down the back of the neck and upper spine. I said that right. So that is the Wikipedia definition of ASMR. So I'm going to open Wikipedia up. And so it continues from there, and it says, ASMR signifies the subjective experience of low-grade euphoria. That's a beautiful way. Characterized by a combination of positive feelings and distinct static-like tingling sensation on the skin. It is most commonly triggered by specific auditory and visual stimuli, less commonly by intentional attention control. The genre of videos intended to induce ASMR has emerged in over 15 million, of which have been published on YouTube by 2021. So I've clicked on sensation. It says the subject experience sensation and perceptual phenomenon of ASMR is described by some as the most susceptible to akin to a mild electrical current or the carbonated bubbles in a glass of champagne. The tingling sensation on the skin in general, called paresthesia, is referred to by ASMR enthusiasts as tingles. When experienced along the scalp, neck, and back, it has been described as a static tingling sensation originating from the back of the head and propagating to the neck, shoulder, arm, spine, and legs, which make people feel relaxed and alert. Makes me feel sleepy. Variants, though little scientific research has been conducted into potential neurobiological correlates to the perceptual phenomenon, with a consequential dearth of data. That's a lot. With which to explain its physical nature. Personal commentary from forums, blogs, and video comments has been analyzed to describe the phenomenon. Analysis of anecdotal evidence has supported that the original consensus that ASMR is euphoric but non-sexual. This has divided those who experience ASMR into two broad categories of subjects. One category depends on external tingles to experience the localized sensation and its associated feelings, which typically originates in the head, often reaching down the neck, sometimes the upper back. The category can intentionally augment the sensation and feelings through attention control, without dependence on external stimuli or triggers, in a manual compared by some subject to the experience of meditation. And that was pretty interesting. I like that. So I am reading directly from Wikipedia. I feel like I should be quoting. But so the next part is triggers. ASMR is usually precipitated by stimuli referred to as triggers. ASMR triggers, which are most commonly auditory and visual, may be encountered through the interpersonal interactions of daily life. Additionally, ASMR is often triggered by exposure to specific audio and video. Such media may be specifically made with the specific purpose of triggering ASMR, or created for other purposes and later discovered to be effective as a trigger of the experience. So that was a lot of specifics in one paragraph. Stimuli that can trigger ASMR, as reported by those who experience it, include the following: listening to a softly spoken or whispering voice, listening to quiet, repetitive sounds resulting from someone engaging in a mundane task such as turning the pages of a book. Watching somebody attentively execute a mundane task such as preparing food. Receiving personal attention, example grooming, makeup application, and hair brushing. Initiating the stimuli through conscious manipulation without the need for external video or audio triggers. Listening to tapping, typically nails onto surfaces such as plastic, wood, paper, metal, etc. Hand movements, specifically onto one's face. Listening to certain types of music. Listening to a person blow or exhale into a microphone. Listening to crinkly items such as paper and clothes. So I'm not going to read all of them. I think I'll read a couple of the most important ones, or the ones that pertain specifically to me and my channel. And the first one that comes up is whispering. Psychologists Nick Davis and Emma Barrett, I hope I said her name right, discovered that whispering was an effective trigger for 75% of the 475 subjects who took part in an experiment to investigate the nature of ASMR. This statistic is reflected in the popularity of intentional ASMR videos that comprise someone speaking in a whispered voice. I'm not whispered today, I'm just soft spoken. So the next one is auditory. That one is kind of self-explanatory. Personal attention roleplay. These are some of my favorites, and I think that's the obvious in most of the videos that I do. So personal attention roleplay. In addition to the effectiveness of specific auditory stimuli, many subjects report that ASMR is triggered by the receipt of tender personal attention, often comprising combined physical touch, vocal expression, such as when having their hair cut, nails painted, ears cleaned, or back massaged, while the service provider speaks quietly to the recipient. Furthermore, many of those who have experienced ASMR during these and other comparable encounters with a service provider report that watching an ASMR artist stimulate the provision of such personal attention, acting directly to the camera as if the viewer were the recipient of a acting directly to the camera as if the viewer were the recipient of a stimulated service is sufficient to trigger it. Gosh, I can't read out now. Okay, so that's all that I'm gonna read on Wikipedia, I think. It was a lot. So one of the waterfalls is of course it is. Why is ASMR bad? Feeling anger, anxieties, or agitation from the sounds in ASMR content could be a sign of the condition of misophonia or hatred of sound. Chewing, whispering, yawning, and other sounds can spark strong negative emotional response, often described as fight or flight for people with misophonia. That was a little excerpt from Men's Health. Here's one. Is watching ASMR weird? So this one is from Glamour, a little excerpt. It's weird, and maybe it's time for you to try it. Yes, ASMR, autonomous sensory meridian response, or the tingling sensation which some people experience in response to certain soothing sounds and sights, as well as the community online that pursues that sensation, is weird. I thank you. Another one is why is ASMR so popular? Videos might sound snoozy to some, but they're incredibly popular, regularly garnering millions of views. Users aren't turning to these videos for their visual content. Rather, the millions of hits are attributed to the video's ability to stimulate something called autonomous sensory meridian response. So that's apparently why it's so popular. Can you be addicted to ASMR? So this one is from Economic Times, and it says it's almost like a drug. If you get addicted, it can be maladaptive in that it can replace your need for an actual human connection. A third of her clientele every week brings up ASMR content in their conversations. Let's see. There's one. This one might be a bit yikes, but here we go. Is ASMR meant to turn you on? ASMR sex is now actually a thing. ASMR sex doesn't involve any specific positions or new moves. It is rather about finding a trigger that turns you on. Why people get turned on with ASMR. Once you find your trigger, ASMR is quite relaxing and calming sensation that increases the feelings of social connectedness. Do you think we should read the rest? Yeah. Why do I love ASMR so much? This one is from howstuffworks.com. The brain regions activated during ASMR are similar to the brain regions activated during the affiliative behaviors like bonding and grooming. The brain regions activated during ASMR are similar to the brain regions activated during affiliative behaviors like bonding and grooming, says Richard, the author of the book Brain Tingles. This means that watching ASMR videos may activate your brain in a similar way as being with someone you care about while they take care of you. That's nice. Is ASMR a disorder? So let's have a look here. It says ASMR is considered a perceptual sensory phenomenon rather than a response or a mental disorder. ASMR is also associated with specific personality traits. Let's see what our specific personality traits are. So this one is from the Nerve blog. ASMR and what it reveals about your personality. Have you ever felt tingles in the back of your head or neck while listening to the sound of salmon sizzling on a pan? No. So they just basically are going on to say that depending on your personality type and your personality traits, you might be more susceptible to the stimuli, the perceptual sensory phenomenon. It didn't really tell me too much about what the personality traits. Let's have a see if we can find some more. So in part of this article at the bottom it says, if you experience ASMR, you probably tend to be more creative, have a broad range of interests, and are more likely to experience sadness, anxiety, and mood swings. I hope that nobody here is feeling that way. Oh gosh, when you start seeing Urban Dictionary. Let's have a look what's going according to Urban Dictionary. The acronym is ASMR, an acronym for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. The sole purpose of ASMR is to relax people. The ASMR community is constantly growing on YouTube. Ideally, ASMR videos are meant to give you, the viewer, a relaxing tingle at the back of their head and or spine. ASMR videos usually involve one or more of the following things: gentle whispering, relaxing hand movements, smacking of the lips, nail tapping, scratching on hard surfaces such as tables, brushing sounds, etc. ASMR, that tingling feeling you get when somebody says Mufasa. Say it, Mufasa. Ooh, say it again. ASMR, the chills. Okay, I can't read this one. I will, but I'll beep it up. I think that's going to be the safest. People always use such a long definition, but it's the pugging chills, okay? I got ASMR when I realized people didn't know how to shorten their answer to nah, let's not read that one. That one, definitely not. ASMR is typically a video consisting of a person whispering, smacking, eating, or making other relaxing sounds. Some people, however, find ASMR gross, creepy, or even scary. I hope you don't find it gross, scary, or creepy. That's enough of Urban Dictionary. ASMR. Definitely not. So let's ASMR. ASMR. Let's search is ASMR. See what comes up. Is ASMR evil? Let's see. Oh, some of these questions. Is ASMR bad for a Christian to watch? Should we read it? No, we don't engage. Is ASMR safe? So let's see. Is ASMR dangerous? Let's go down this one. Hearing is believing. So this is from hookedaudio.com. If you're new to ASMR, you're probably wondering about the effects of an autonomous sensory meridian response. ASMR content in its purest form is intended to help you relax. Whether you have anxiety or get stressed, you have trouble getting to sleep, or even if you just want to wind down at the end of a long day, ASMR wants to help. Yes, we do. So, the breakdown of ways in which ASMR could be dangerous. The first one is loudness, which should be listening to ASMR loudly, I don't think. Number 2, ASMR tingles. ASMR is a term used for the experience characterized by a static-like or tingling sensation on the skin that typically begins on the scalp, moves its way down the back and upper spine. It has been compared with auditory tactile synesthesia. There has been no evidence or study to prove that this sensation is harmful to the body in any way. Yes, we win. Number 3, cultish or witchcraft. No, ASMR is neither witchcraft nor new age. It has likely been around for ages, but is only recently been given a name. it seems to have some similarities with meditation, as some have suggested that it could form euphoria that affects the pleasure centers. But doctors think about it. Where did ASMR come from? Pretty much it. She's a witch. I mean, what else? Oh my gosh, when you see Reddit. Let's see what else is ASMR. Is ASMR so another question that people ask me, not in the comments, I'm not one of those people who said I get a lot of questions. I don't. But when I'm explaining is that people automatically think it's something maybe on the more like to, I want to say, so if it's more salacious, I want to say that, but it's also not. If it's more of a sexual thing, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I beat around the bush. So, is ASMR sexual? So people get the feeling of ASMR from various triggers. The feeling isn't usually sexual. Although some people are triggered by videos that appear sexual, other people I've talked to who've experienced ASMR emphasize that the tingles and the feelings of relaxation have nothing to do with sex. But ASMR is a little similar to sex turn-ons, in that some people may be very specific in what they like, and many people tend to grow tired of experiencing the same thing over and over. So essentially this whole article, I should have read from the beginning. This is an article from Vox.com, and they interviewed Maria. Oh, I love Maria from Gentle Whispering. She's amazing. If you, of course, you watch her. And they asked her a couple of questions. What is ASMR? She said that when she was asked, she said that I've noticed that one day you will be more sensitive toward role playing, and then the other you'll be more sensitive to swishing sounds. She said, and it really varies. People who appear to grow tolerant of triggers if they listen to or watch them too much. So it's important for ASMR video makers to keep things fresh, and for viewers to make sure that they don't overplay that one amazing tingly video. Oh, I'm the worst at that. Again, this is all based on anecdotal evidence. We know that some people experience ASMR. I can attest to it myself, but no one really knows how or why it works. So that's quite cute. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I've gotten that question a lot. If it's like a sexual thing, is ASMR like a sexual thing? I mean, it can be. I think for everybody it's different. We all like different things. Essentially, that's kind of the beginning and end of it. It can be, I suppose, depending on what you're into. Another question that people ask is if it's uncomfortable, like if I feel uncomfortable in front of the camera. And I did at first. I felt very uneasy, but not anymore. I feel pretty comfortable. I think I've gained a little bit of confidence over the last couple of months, But at first I felt very awkward. I didn't know what to do with my hand. There was just so much movement. And I also needed to figure out like what style of ASMR worked best for me. And I'm still relatively new, and I'm still learning, and I'm still going to continue to grow as an ASMR artist and work at my craft, because that's essentially what it is. Get better every time. Some things work, some things don't, and it's about experimenting. A/B testing, I think. And a lot of what I like, someone else might not like. I like personal care videos. Personally, I enjoy them. I listen to them a lot. I like feeling cared for. I like the sensation of being looked after or feeling looked after. And I get that from personal attention roleplay videos, which is why I like doing the hair videos, and I like doing the hand massage videos. I like doing the facial videos, probably because that's like just what I want. I've always said that, if I could have somebody that was like permanently with me, following me all the time, just tickling my back, I would die happy little Joe. Because that's one of my favorite things in the world, is if somebody just tickles my back. Ugh, my favorite. You could do that for hours, I know. Yeah, my favorite. So yeah, those are my favorite types of videos to watch, and I think that shows through in the videos that I kind of make. I do appreciate when my subscribers or people that enjoy my content, or they've watched a video and they let me know what they like, what they don't like. Gently let me know what they don't like. I appreciate the feedback, I do, because I am still learning. What else can I say? I'm still learning. I hope to continue to learn. And yeah, I'm pretty new at it still. So, it's trial and error for me. I'm not Maria. She is just, if there was ever a Olympic gold medalist of ASMR, she would be it. She's fantastic. I don't really enjoy the very extravagant role plays. I appreciate how much work goes into them, but I don't think that that's me. I do like other kinds of roleplay videos that I am interested in experimenting with. That's going to take a little bit more confidence from me, I think, because yeah, I'll get there, I promise. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I didn't want to do too many Google searches because, you start searching ASMR and there's this meme that I've seen that, you search one thing on the internet and 3 a.m. you learning how to talk to your pet giraffe, and that's kind of how it goes. And I didn't want to go too far down the rabbit hole because I don't want to rely on too many personal opinions, because essentially that's all that it's going to be. It's just going to be somebody's personal opinion. It's going to be very little fact, and it's just going to be a mess. That's what the internet is. It's a mess. Unless you're looking at reliable sources, we're just going to be going down many rabbit holes, especially with ASMR, and I don't want to land up on some part of the internet that I don't want to be in. Part of the internet I don't want to be in at 10 o'clock at night. We'll just keep falling. It's going to be like Alice. But yeah, like I said, I am definitely going to try some more role plays. I will be more adventurous when it comes to it. Like I said, I'm just starting out, so finding my feet, and then from there I'll go. But I really do appreciate everybody's support and the kindness, and mostly the kindness. Some people not so kind, but that's okay. To go on this little journey, the reason why I started ASMR was partially because in lockdown, I went through a bit of a traumatic situation, and I'm not trying to be dramatic or downplay what happened or anything like that. It was just a not great situation that happened, and ASMR really became my comfort, and I was looking for something to do, and ASMR was just it. It provided me with comfort, and I thought, if I can do that for other people, give myself a hobby and allow somebody else to feel relaxed in the same way that it helped me, it felt like I was doing something that was better than doing macrame or pottery. So it helped me feel like I was doing something for other people, when we were so distant from everybody. I love ASMR. I listen to it like all the time. It's ridiculous. I'll be lying in the bath having a bubble bath bombs like glitter everywhere. It's like ridiculous. Having a gin, my raspberries, listening to ASMR, playing my little games on my phone, living my absolute best life. And it helped me so much. It helps me sleep. It helps me feel relaxed when I'm feeling a little bit out of sorts. It helps me to focus, and I really do enjoy it. It's such a big part of my life, and now that I'm doing the videos, it's become an even bigger part of my life. And I'm really enjoying it. And I suppose the whole reason for this video is just to, just talk about ASMR because it means so much to me. And also I just want to say thank you. I mean, I've got a small little channel at the moment, but I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody who keeps coming back. Doom Guy for checking out on me. Emma for the love. There was a couple of videos ago where I mentioned my pugs on Wednesday, and somebody commented on it, and it was just kind of like, this person was having a bad day, and she watched my video and she was just like, thank you, and she was just like, one of her pets I think was Pugsley or Wednesday, and she has, I think it was a cat, and it just made me feel like I had really helped somebody that day. The last year has been so hard. We've been so distant and so emotionally and physically separated from not only people around us in the grocery store and in the park and wherever we don't interact. Our face is always covered. It's an ASMR is a way to keep a little bit of that social connection or that connection with somebody else, even if it is through a screen. A lot of our lives are lived on screens now. I mean, I work online, so everybody that I interact with is all over the world. It's a way I communicate with my family. It's a way that I communicate with you guys. It's a way that I get my news. It's a way that I get it's a way that I can see my friends that are far away, because I've moved quite far away from my home. And my life is on a screen, and that's how I maintain connections with people. And yes, it doesn't fulfill the physical need for that connection or that physical bond that you would have with somebody, but it still does make a difference to feeling connected with somebody else, even if it's just for a 20-minute video. And to cut it all off, I just do want to say thank you for all the love and all the light and positivity and, you know, and support. It's really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying growing with you guys. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I think that's enough of my voice for one night. This was just a little experimental video so we can see how, if you like it or not. But thank you. So I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And yeah, that's all that I wanted to say. These little chit chat videos are fun. Gives me a chance to speak to somebody other than my pug. So yeah, thank you a million times. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe. I hope that you have a beautiful evening further, and I will see you again very, very soon.